Our next climber is the extraordinarily talented artist and
Girls soccer.
Pretty good soccer
coach, Mr. Thorson.
What?
Soccer.
Mr. Thorson logged all his dog walking miles, 500 strong, because he would see Pablo when he was walking west. Pablo would get really excited about heading west and always talk about his own dogs.
So Mr. Thorson is effectively taking us to the foot of Hillary's Step. Approaching Hillary's Step is like a rock climb in the sky. You have seen the summit so many times from the distance, and suddenly it is so strangely close, just right there, only 95 meters, about 310 feet away. You can almost touch the white tail of snow of the summit. Thank you, Mr. Thorson.
Our next climber is middle school president Coleman Hughes. Coleman, as middle school president, is representing the middle school. He logged his miles as a runner for the middle school track team. A favorite pastime of his was logging in miles on the bikes in the front foyer nearly every day. He said, quote, "It was a really creative, practically genius idea to get the whole school to do something together." Middle school teacher Dr. Lapadula said, quote, "Pablo seemed like a happy, optimistic person that always lifts your spirits. So I really wanted to make this happen."
All right, Coleman Hughes is taking us to the top of Hillary's Step. It's a whopping 27,740 feet. Although very exposed to parts, the climb is fast and feels safe, given the conditions, however. The danger is to get tangled in the ropes. So Coleman, bring a good knife and check the ropes well for strength. Awesome job.
Our final climber is Laura Kleiber. Kleiber the Climber. I thought that last minute. Laura will be next year's captain of the girls lacrosse team. She's a 3-season athlete, soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. The girls lacrosse team put in almost 500 miles, with the boys lacrosse team not far behind. Laura's brother Brian was in Pablo's class. Laura got to know Pablo when she was a 6th grader and had lunch with him. Quote, you could kind of just tell when he had a goal, he was going to reach it, no matter what he had to do. Laura loves the idea of symbolically completing a life goal of Pablo's. So, she's going to take us to the summit.
All right, good. Okay, so Laura right now is taking us to the summit at 29,029 feet. She now spots white, wave-like formations of frozen icy snow jutting out from the summit. Keep on climbing, Laura. Suddenly, you'll search for the summit peak, but all you'll see is an interminable white-edged horizon. Shortly, you'll encounter a downward slope. It appears that finally, after a treacherous and grueling voyage, your journey has come to an end, because you now have reached the summit of Mount Everest.
Thank you very much, Laura, and all our climbers. This has been so I don't have the words to express how I feel right now. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. D. Thank you for your attention.
So the miles, of course, was one part of the Miles for Pablo. The other part was all the money that was raised that corresponded with the miles. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm proud to announce the official formation of the Pablo Levkiv 2007 Memorial Grant for Experiential Learning. This will become part of New Academy's permanent endowment as of this July 1st. Here's what this means. The fund will, in perpetuity, annually make one grant to a student who seeks to engage in a school-related experiential learning activity, which is ecological, scientific, or international in nature. What this means is it starts a year and a half from now, but students, once you reach the high school, if you're in need of some extra funds to make something like the immersion or some other project you want to happen in your life occur, and you can't quite pull it off, we now have, thanks to Pablo's memory, a fund to make that happen.
It's my job to conclude our ceremony today, so I need to tell you a story. When I heard the news about Pablo, we couldn't get back to New Jersey in time. So on our way south, my family and I decided to cross the mountains into Middlebury, Vermont, to be in a place that Pablo loved as a college home. The mountains literally blocked our way. All 3 mountain passes had been washed out by torrential rainstorms, blocked by piles of rubble where the roads had caved in on themselves. It was hard not to think that the green mountains that Pablo loved were somehow shutting out, not admitting what was unfathomable, that a young man with so much talent, so much drive, so much love of place and people could be gone. But Pablo is not gone from our memories and our love. I keep seeing him as he was that day in my office, proud to tell me that he had climbed the Gothics, that he had bagged another of the 46 Adirondack mountain peaks, one of the hardest New York climbs with ropes permanently attached to metal handholds. Pablo was clearly getting ready for Mount Everest. He would have been proud of every single one of us when we put in miles 400 strong or when we logged miles solo. He would have been right there with us, and he is, because we are a community that does not forget. And Pablo's spirit lives on in the future adventures his award makes possible, and in the love and inspiration he has given to all of us who have shared his accomplishments and his dreams. So Pablo, this peak we have symbolically conquered for you so that you and your family know that we are a community that remembers and celebrates all that you have been and continue to be to us. Even today, the track team running which you so loved will be logging miles for you at the state tournament, and all of us will be inspired to add that extra mile. Thank you to the climbers today, the council, and the whole community. More importantly though, thank you, Pablo. Thank you. In his beloved Ukrainian, Dyakuyu. I hope you'll say it with me. Dyakuyu, Pablo. Dyakuyu. Thank you.